in the city of Port Harcourt, and what a show we've had thus far. Once again, I cannot thank you enough for joining us on these conversations and on these little shenanigans that we tend to do on radio. Now, it's time for us to get to our final bit. We talked about catcalling earlier on. The next one is a bit of a controversial one. It has to do with satiety. Yes, how satisfied do you get? We will be talking about quality, food quality, right about now. My name is Jude. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Hello Port Harcourt. All right, now, the Akwa Ibom State government has launched an investigation into the condition of boarding facilities in 25 public schools after a viral video showed students at the Presbyterian Senior Science College eating substandard meals. Now, in response to the video, which sparked outrage, the State Commissioner for Education, Idonge Setiebet, conducted an unscheduled visit to the school. Now, Mr. Setiebet revealed the suspension of the school's principal, Dr. Nse Sunday Umo, pending the investigation's outcome. Now, when I read this story, when I saw it in the news, because it was in the news, I let a laugh. I let a chuckle. I let a chuckle because I was instantly transferred to my days in secondary school. And I don't know how many of you have seen these videos, but I can say that at one point in time, we really had basic feeding in my secondary school. I don't know about your secondary school, but most of the people who went to secondary school with me, in the late 90s, we all had the same stories. So when we come back from school, during the long holidays, like Christmas that's approaching another, 3 weeks, that Christmas holiday, we spend a lot of time. Oh, I attend this school, I attend that school. This one used to give us this, that. The first meal was on a Sunday. In fact, the first two meals happened only on Sundays, right? Sunday morning breakfast after Mass, right? After Mass was done, everybody, you've done your chores. Mass was about 7 to 8 a.m. Sunday was 6 a.m. Mass on Sunday was 7 a.m. because a lot of people have to come for Mass. And then by 9:30, 10, you were done. We will be back in the refectory for breakfast. So that meal was bread and egg. Now, if I use my mind's eye to replay the size of bread, I would say the size of loaf that we were given back then was rectangular, but I would say it was probably the same amount of dough used to make that bread as the 300, those round 350 loaves that we buy today. That's what we're giving, one for each student. And then we were given one boiled egg and tea. That was our Sunday morning breakfast. It was probably the best because the loaves were always fresh, they were soft, and then, children, particularly for people like us who were in boarding houses, we loved eggs. And we weren't eating eggs every day. They were a specialty, a rarity. So we had eggs just on Sundays. And boy, oh boy, did we love our Sunday eggs. Then the third meal that I think was pretty quality was the legendary Bencon, aka the food of all, teenagers back then. Beans and corn. I don't know how they did it, but the cooks in our school then, they made that meal so delicious. I don't know that because we were always hungry, but there was something very special of all the meals that we ever had, right? And of all the meals that, people remember that my secondary school for, Bencon was the one that stood out the most. Nothing else. Nothing else. Forget the bread and egg on Sunday morning, and then the rice and stew also on Sunday afternoon, which was probably the really, really big one. How many times did we used to eat those days? It was breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Aha! Right? Yeah, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Yeah. So the Sunday dinner was, it was superb. Rice, big fish, and stew. Best thing ever. But we were always hungry. And now I'm wondering, in our contemporary times, particularly with this rising cost of food all over the place and yada yada yada, yam, blah 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 blah, I'm curious. Do you think the student, the SS1, the GSS3, what do you think they are most concerned with? The quality of the food or the quantity of the food? In my time, we were more concerned about the quantity, because no matter what they gave us, I don't know how many of you have children who are teenagers from 12 to 17 or 18, particularly boys. We had wormholes in our. My mother used to complain that the amount of food that they used to throw into us seemingly was sent back either to the farm or to the village, because it never showed on our body. The only thing that they knew was that we were stretching, we were getting tall. But the food never seemed enough. I cannot, and if I'm honest right now, I cannot remember a time between the age of 14 to maybe 18, 19 that I ever ate and I said, hey, I don't full, oh, mommy, I'm okay. No, I don't think I ever did. I'd eat. Yes, my food, you know when there's a point when you eat and your tummy is almost full, you say, okay, thank you, mommy, thank God. Everybody sit down. 10 minutes later, we have gone to raid the fridge. It was so bad that my friends, right, and their parents will come and tell my parents that they cannot wait to send all of us back to school. Because they were very sure that by the time they would leave the house, us and them, their foodstuff, their bags of rice and the gari and the yam and the crates of soft drinks that we all used to crave for those days would be spared from destruction. So here we are, 2024. The question still remains. Ladies and gentlemen, what do you think a student in FGC Abuloma, in FGC Rumokoro, or Omenike Girls, and UDSS all over the country, what do you think the students really are concerned about? The quality of the food? Do you think the student wants to see a bar with okra soup where you have plenty fish, pion inside? Or do you think they would rather want more gari? Let the soup be as long as you have more gari, and we can feel satisfied. This one and students.
The of Info FM, Nigeria Info. Let's talk. On 92.8 Nigeria Info.
017-923-0002, 017-923-0003, 0817923-0002, 0817923-0003. At Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you'll find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. WhatsApp is 08090306416, 08090306416. Once again, 0817-923-0002 to call us, 0817-923-0002, 0817-923-0003. WhatsApp is 0809-030-6416, 0809-030-6416. At Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X at Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH. All right, so let's start here with a message. Say, Omo, Jude, is funny. Oh. Sometimes you tell your mommy, oh, the food no fool me. She will just say, go. And as you are going, you hear a voice like an almighty rushing wind of thunder saying, I no cook food for you, or others never chop. Sometimes their spirit will not allow them to just follow. Well, once again, like I said, if you don't have teenagers, you probably don't understand what this conversation really is about. But yeah, if you do, you can relate. Imagine, what do you call that thing? A custard bowl of Gary. That's what now, 3-5 or whatever, depending on the color. If it's white, the yellow Gary or the white Gary you're buying. Imagine three boys in your house. Imagine 3 boys finishing that custard rubber in a week. And I'm not saying Monday to Sunday. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Fume, the Gary is finished. The Gary is finished and you're like, what exactly are this? What do they do with the food? It's not like they are lifting, if these children, right? If they were like working on a farm or they were masons or something, you will understand. If they were working on the rig, you will understand that they're eating so much. They are not. They're not. But the amount of food they consume. This one says, Drew, good morning. Please, the children are showing us shege this period. I have a 14-year-old son and I am scared anytime he opens his mouth and says, Mommy, I'm hungry. What do we do? Is it that the quality or the quantity is not good like we used to have in those days? I think for my son, though, he would prefer the quantity. Let his tummy just be full. All right, there, Jude. That was my thought exactly when I saw that video. I was in the boarding school my entire secondary school education. I never had that quantity I saw. Fine, the soup was poor, but it's tasteful enough to help one with the Gary for teenagers. It's okay. The bottom line is our economy is bad. Once again, dear parents of teenagers, if you know your child is in secondary school from GSS 1 to SS3, or by chance you have a son or a daughter who is in university, he's still under 20, gather round. Let's know what we will be doing for our children these days. Is it quantity or quality for them? Which do you think a secondary school student is more concerned with? The quality of the food or the quantity? 3 boys, Costa Rubber, 5 days.
For more talk, news and sports, stay tuned to Nigeria Info.
We'll be right back after this.
You don't bust. Oh, shekure woko. You see this November, every don set for DSTV and GoTV customers. See, if you dey inside Pitakwa and you get old decoder when you never recharge, I mean you just keep your decoder for one side based on 1 or 2. Even you wey your own expire yesterday, now you get this message. Alele, waka enter any multi-choice office or block any of our agents for area, make you recharge your DSTV or GoTV decoder from the 16th to 30th of November. And now you fit dey push that big trolley for inside supermarket with plenty food inside. I go lie for UK. I say food shopping wey fit reach 100 to 300,000 naira. And you see this shopping so, now as you take recharge if your package big, and be say wetin you go win too, e go big. You go dey announce the winners every week, even call you for phone to tell you. So sharply recharge your DSTV or GoTV check of registered authorized multi-choice dealers, plus including Market Square Supermarket. Remember, terms and conditions dey sha o.
So my mom will complain that, how are you children eating like this? I just bought this thing. And in my mind, it's like, Mom, it's not like we want to just finish your all the food in the house. And, you'll be complaining. And Daddy will be like, oh, we have to manage this. And sometimes, we have to really ration, our meals, particularly when we have cousins or guests over. We know that there are more mouths to feed. So when they give us the rice, we know that, this rice, gauge. So we have to hold ourselves. And that's where I learned the habit of drinking a lot of water. So I just pour, so my tummy will be making bloom. And I'm like, okay, I can manage it and go and sleep. But you see, back then, I never thought about it, but we knew that, yes, when we come home, we'll have quality food. Mommy's food, sweet. Now, that food they used to give us in school, no sweet like that. But guess what? We would do everything in our power, right, to get as much of that particular meal as we possibly could. So now, some small dramas happen in Akwa Ibom. Oh, the quality of the food is not great. There's an investigation, into the feeding program. And I welcome that investigation because there's been a history of people, shortchanging the system. You are a caterer, you are a contractor. They told you to supply so and so. And then, in a bit to cut corners, and make more profit, serve low quality items. I remember it's the same thing, ladies and gentlemen, that happens at the NYSC camp. Any of you who remember going to NYSC, right? You still fall into this category because, most of them are like 22, 23, 24, so their body is still very active. When it's time to cook, when you go and taste the beans in camp, God, you'll be like, what is this? But sometimes, you're hungry, you get to chop. So in that state, which is more important to you? The quality of the meal, it would be good to have rice, meat, maybe salad, and let's say, a bottle of nice drink. But, rice, chicken, or rice, beef, rice, beef, salad, and maybe fruits. It'd be good to have that in the meal. But we know that that's not what usually happens. So which is preferable? Which do you think is most important to the student's mind? The quality of the food or the quantity?
The views and opinions shared on this program do not represent the position of Nigeria Info FM. Nigeria Info, let's talk.
With Jude on 92.3 Nigeria Info.
017-923-0002, 017-923-0003, 08179230002, 08179230003. At Nigeria Info PH, at Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. At Nigeria Info PH is where you find us on Facebook and on X. All right, WhatsApp is 08090306416 All right, as always, please turn down the volume of your scheduled visit being made to a technical college Ahoda, where the principal and his kitchen with very poor and inadequate food. One particular morning last academic session, the students were served stale bread with mucus. The students of the college are seeing shege on that day's partnership. That's from an anonymous parent in Port Harcourt. Interesting. Well. Everybody's simile is coming up now. 92.3, good morning.
Yeah, Jude, Mr. Zion from Port Harcourt. Good morning.
Good morning to you, please.
I prefer the quality food, no matter the size. When you give me that quality, I think I feel more satisfied, more okay more energized.
Really?
Yes. For instance, our soup, like the fisherman soup now. If you are here, you know what I'm talking about. With all the traffic jams and everything inside that one particular soup, you know what it means. The combination of everything you want to think about. Do you know that if you eat that soup, even with just one fold of loloi or fufu now, let's give it up to G Square, she's the loloi people, you are okay with it. Before you finish, you will sweat out, you drink water, you are okay.
You sure?
Yes.
Hey.
But if you want to go to the quantity, my brother, in most cases, all this food poisoning, most of them are related to quantity. Most of this disease is quantity. Because they try to severe some certain things that need to join that soup or that food. Is it a fried rice? Have you eat quality, low quality fried rice and they now calculate it to quantity? Do you feel the test? What about jollof rice and the rest of it? Sir, no matter the little or how it will serve me, give me that quality. I need those nutrients in my system. Those are the building block of life. Don't pack quality. Don't pack quantity for me. Drink some pepper soup. Make your body tell you, see, now pepper full is ordinary water. Ocean. But drink some kind of pepper soup again, my brother.
It's not important to him. But once again, you are not a teenager. Don't grow shoe. And then the tailor will tell them, your son's length of trouser is 27. 4 weeks later, the child calls, Mommy, this trouser is too short. It has jumped. The same tailor comes through, takes a measurement and says, sorry, the length is not more 27, it's now 30. The children are voracious lions. I spent a holiday in my auntie's house back then in Rumasi. What do they call that street again? Oh, heaven. Close to the market, close to the night market, before where you have the roundabout now. There's a street on the right. Is it Wapara Street? Chief Wapara Street in Rumasi. Anyway, I spent a holiday there. And it was my first experience of seeing Gari Eba made in a cooking pot. We're just 3 in my family. So when we're making Gari, it's inside one small bowl. I got to see, and I'm not talking about the pot used for your stew. I'm talking about those pots that they used to make food for parties, occasions. That is what was used to make Gari. And there was no patio. It was just for the 14 plus 15 people in the house. And of those people that were eating in the house, I'm not even exaggerating, ladies and gentlemen, my cousins were consuming fires. They were consuming. When you see Ijaw boys eating pounded yam or Gari, run. And this is what my auntie was doing every other day. It's not to do that, thank God, or will I say, is it thank God now, thank heavens or thank hell? It depends on the side of divide you're on, because some people don't like it. Not today that, you can go and buy a carton of noodles and say, come on, you go eat. Nothing like instant noodles in our time. And then some of us will now have to go to secondary school, boarding houses. Have you seen when children are fighting for yam? Okay. Ask your children what they're going through in boarding houses. 017-923-0002, 017-923-0003. 92.3. Oh dear, drop call scenario. More messages. Let's get to them now, shall we? Livinus Njoku from Eche says, the quality of the food is more important than the quantity. The reason, if the required calories are present in the food, no matter the quantity, the food will be nourishing to the body. The quantity will only make the individual to produce more feces during defecation. Nice. Tell that to the hungry person. 92.3, good morning.
Good morning.
Hi, good morning, please.
Yeah, Mr. Court.
Welcome, Court.
Calling from a Uniport.
Welcome, please.
Jude, both the quality and the quantity are no longer there right now. The bread you are talking about, they used to give you in those days. Do you know they have divided it into 4? It's one part they are giving now. So where is the quantity you are talking about? When you talk about quality, how much will you spend to make quality?
But wait, once again,
of Nigeria are not eating healthy food again. So where is the quality?
Wait, let's agree that the cost of production now for food is terrible. But for a child between 12 and 18, those who are in secondary school in particular, I don't know if you have cousins or if you have children who are of that age. Ask them.
I have a boy. He used to swallow food as if tomorrow is not there. And he always finish his own and grab his sister's own.
Oh my God. So you see.
So where is the quantity?
So that's the thing. So let me see. It's quantity for him.
For his children's own, for his sister's own, I mean. So that's the quantity is not there. Even the quality self have reduced.
Yes, we know the quality. Wait, hold on. Cut. We know the quality has probably reduced. But for this example you just gave, it means that your son is preferring the quantity over the quality.
Quantity, but the quantity is not there also because if there is quantity enough, you won't go for the sister's own. That is my point.
Oh, wow.
And it's happened almost everywhere.
Almost
all the families in Nigeria.
God help you. God help you. God help you. God help you. Say amen.
As I pause.
Hey, what? His son will finish his food and still go and collect the younger sister's food. Oh dear. 017-923-0002 08179230000 now to the student. Secondary school, university. The quality of the meal or the quantity of the meal. You know, Barry Smart says, okay, sorry. Let me read this. It's a long one. Nino Barry, I think you're writing on the wrong conversation, right? Very wrong conversation. But no, thank you very much as always. Let me read the messages now on WhatsApp. Okay, this one says the fact that we survived something doesn't mean it was okay or that we should continue to inflict it on newer generations in schools. And one of the reasons was that we were supposed seniors might think they would prefer quantity. I believe quality is what we should look out for more. If people are eating poison, do we ignore that and focus on quantity? And this one, that some people who are supposed to have sense are now agreeing with GMO food, that's genetically modified food, and trying to brainwash everyone into accepting it as normal. How can quantity be deemed the more important factor? So quality is important, or more important in this case. 92.3, hello Port Harcourt.
Hello, Jude. Good morning.
Good morning. Could you speak into your phone, please?
I'm Chidi, calling from Port Harcourt.
Good morning, Chidi.
Yeah. You see what is happening now in this country. Quality is no more in existence, it's quantity. Are you hearing me?
Loud and clear. Go on.
As quality is no more in existence than quantity. We are no more to come and eat me down with the work. Man must work, not man must eat again.
Man must work.
Man must work now, not man must eat again. Because by the time you want to cook quality food, it's the 800,000 in a month. Now 50,000 to cook a month. So what is the doing on management? So all of us are managers now. We can manage ourselves. So nothing like quality. Because when we were studying school, I was a boarding student. If one want to Uniport, in those days we have a canteen in Uniport where you buy meal tickets, 50 kobo.
Oh wow!
But now, can university system know what they call canteen?
Well, they have canteens.
So, they don't budget.
Well, we hope we see don't budget. Oh, for those who don't understand Yoruba, it does spoil. But these are not the most favorable of times, and every country, all of humanity goes through, periods of droughts, if I can say so. But we shouldn't be so pessimistic. There's some optimism. There should be. Final caller. Oh dear, that dropped. All right, so let me read this message. Well, for me, Jude, I would prefer the quantity. Yes, I know there's a very fine line. If you're eating rubbish in large sums, it still doesn't make sense. If you're eating quality in small sums, it might make sense. But on average, most of the meals have some quality, not just as much as you used to. So I would take as much of that low quality as possible. Adolfo says, let our economy improve. Both quality and quantity are essential. That we no longer measure our meals in quantity, nor quality. Yeah. Well, our bus stops here. My name is Jude. Thank you for joining us on these conversations this Tuesday morning. Tomorrow is Wednesday. Eyewitness Report. Get your stories, get your facts right, and we'll be looking forward to hand you the microphone and you tell the world what is going on in your part of River State. Stay well.